All right, let's get this show started.
Ilia Topuria may look fearless today, but his journey to the top wasn't easy. While many fans see Topuria as one of the most confident fighters in the UFC, the reigning champion recently opened up about a much more vulnerable chapter of his life. Speaking on Charlas Adictivas, Topuria revealed he was bullied in school and often faced constant confrontation growing up. Despite his current persona, he admitted he never liked conflict and was often afraid in those situations. He said, "We were bullied at the school. There was constant confrontation with the kids at the school, and you have to stand up for yourself a lot of the time. I was always a kid who didn't like confrontation in the street, but sometimes you have to face those kind of situations, and I felt afraid. It awakens a sadness. You start to feel less. You don't have that courage until you speak up." Topuria also gave credit to his younger self, saying his 14-year-old version is the reason he's where he is today. He continued, "I really have little to say to him because that 14-year-old Ilia has brought me to where I am today. Because I always say where we are today is a reflection of our past and actions of the past, and that 14-year-old Ilia has been thinking well and taking good actions. What I might tell him is that at times I've worried more than I should have. At times I've suffered more than I should have, and maybe he would tell me not to worry so much, to enjoy every experience and that everything will pass." Fans won't have to wait long before seeing Arman Tsarukyan and Danis back in action after their respective matches at RAF 7 in Tampa. After Danis lost to Covington in the co-main event, the March 28th show closed out with Tsarukyan's second victory over Giorgio Paulus. Just hours on from their outings on the mats, the pair have been booked against each other under a different promotional banner in less than 2 weeks' time. Brazilian promotion Hype FC officially announced that a 10-minute submission-only title fight between Arman and Dylan will headline a card in Sao Paulo on April 8th. Arman has had 2 submission grappling matches under the Hype FC banner in recent months. After a draw against Shara Magomedov in December, he choked out Muhammad Mokaev on March 11th. Danis, meanwhile, has not had a grappling match since 2016, when the jiu-jitsu specialist lost to Gordon Ryan at ADCC 2017 in Finland. Who do you guys see coming out on top? Drop your predictions in the comments. Colby Covington has another wrestling match set just 2 days after his win over Dylan Danis at RAF 07. Colby announced in an interview with Submission Radio that he'll face former UFC middleweight champion Chris Weidman at RAF 9 in Dallas on May 30th.
Yeah, this is the backup plan if we're not able to get Arman, because they're saying no right now. So that's already a done deal. Me and Chris Weidman's a done deal for RAF 9, which is going to be in Dallas, Texas. It's going to be on May 30th. So, I'm back in training camp tomorrow. I'm going to get back to work and, make some adjustments, be a little tighter with my game and come back better, because I'm going to need, to be on my A game for Chris Weidman. He's a world champion. He dethroned Anderson Silva. He's a former All-American. So, we're going to put the All-American to the test, and we're going to find out who's the real All-American, Colby Covington or Chris Weidman.
Colby also softened his stance in the UFC, saying he wants to get back on good terms with the organization. He revealed that he recently received a call from UFC matchmaker Hunter Campbell, and they're set to meet in Miami in 2 weeks to discuss his future in the promotion.
Yeah, as soon as your interview hit the internet, he gave me a phone call. So there was an immediate phone call. We had a talk, and he wanted to sit down and have a meeting when he comes to comes to Miami for the April 11th show in 2 weeks. So we'll sit down, we'll hash it out, we'll get things figured out. Maybe I should have been a little tighter lipped. I do respect UFC at the end of the day. They've, given me a great life. They've given me a great career and a brand. So, I do appreciate UFC and, everything they've done for my life. But just frustrations, obviously, were boiling over in that last interview. And, I let the emotions get the best of me.
Joaquin Buckley paid respect to Bruce Lee during a visit to his grave. The UFC welterweight said he truly believes that without Bruce Lee's impact on martial arts, the UFC wouldn't even exist.
Jeet Kune Do was one of the first things as a young martial artist that I read about that really introduced me to what mixed martial arts was. Jeet Kune Do stands for the intercepting fist, and it literally means, right, intercepting somebody's attack, right? in between every explosive blow and every explosive maneuver, that you stop with your own, right? Bruce Lee was one of the best instructors when it comes to the philosophy of mixed martial arts, and I truly believe that without Jeet Kune Do and Bruce Lee's impact to martial arts, that the UFC wouldn't even exist. So with me being here, me being able to just really be able to be surrounded by his presence, right, at his burial, I feel like, man, you know, I done completed something that's only gonna level me up now, you know, so it's a beautiful thing. Respect to Bruce Lee.
Maycee Barber has released her first statement after a scary loss to Alexa Grasso at UFC Seattle. Barber suffered the first finish of her career, getting knocked out in a viral sequence that quickly became one of the most talked about moments in MMA. She was able to leave the cage under her own power and has now addressed the situation publicly. In a video shared on social media, Barber revealed she has no memory of the fight, but reassured fans that she's doing okay. Despite the brutal loss, she even described it as one of the best nights of her life.
Well, this is not the post or video that I wanted to be making today, but I wanted to come on here and say thank you to the UFC and thank you to Alexa for the opportunity. You know, I wanted to go out there and get my opportunity to get my rematch and dominate and get the win back, and unfortunately, it was not my night. I got caught, and Alexa did an amazing thing. She is a phenomenal fighter. And I don't really remember a whole lot. All I know is that every time I go on social media, I look like I'm dead. And that's not a very fun thing to see. So I've been trying to stay off of social media, but I also wanted to come on here and at least tell you guys that I am okay. I am very blessed to live the life that I do. As tough as it is, going out there and being able to do that, what I did last night, was still one of the greatest nights of my life. Despite all of that, that's still one of the better nights of my life that I've ever had. I've had some pretty tough days, so that was still one of the greatest days of my life, being able to walk out there and being able to do what I've done. So I will be back. I'm gonna heal up and put in the work and get back out there. So God is good all of the time, on the highs, on the lows. He's good all the time, so doesn't matter. It's very hard because I don't remember a lot. So this is me saying thank you to everybody, and also I love you all.
Francis Ngannou was heartbroken watching Israel Adesanya lose on Saturday night. Ngannou and Adesanya share a close bond that goes back to their early days in the US. Alongside Kamaru Usman, they formed the iconic Three Kings era, a trio of African champions who helped put the continent on the MMA map. While none of them are currently in title contention, the support between them hasn't changed. In a recent Instagram story, Ngannou reacted to Adesanya's loss, admitting he was heartbroken and reflecting on how unforgiving the sport of MMA can be.
Watching Izzy fight last night was heartbroken. Oh, reminds you how ungrateful this sport is. You know, sometimes it's good at you, sometimes no matter what you do, it let you down. Izzy looked sharp, it looked very sharp, and after the first round, I'm like, oh, we get this is good, he's back. But man, sometimes we plan, but God has other plan, and I can only imagine how tough is it to get back out of it, to come back out of it, to rebound. But guess what? That also.
Demetrious Johnson was also crushed watching Israel Adesanya lose on Saturday night. DJ shared his live reaction on his YouTube channel, visibly upset by the result.
Obviously, it didn't go how I thought I was gonna go, just fucking got it.
Daniel Cormier believes Israel Adesanya made a costly mistake that led to another loss. Speaking in a recent YouTube video, DC broke down Izzy's performance, noting that he used his footwork well in rounds 1 and 2. However, he questioned why Adesanya later chose to stand in the pocket and trade with the heavy-handed Joe Pyfer, a decision he believes ultimately cost him the fight.
He fought well in round 1, he was fighting well in round 2, but then for some reason he decided to kind of say, you know what, shield in the middle, let's stand on it and let's trade. When in reality, that was probably the best way for Pyfer to get a victory, because then he could reach him. Joe was missing with a lot of stuff early, but Izzy then ultimately chose to fight him in a way that gave Joe a chance to do exactly what he did. So Izzy will have some questions when he goes back and watches this, but ultimately the night belonged to Joe Pyfer.
Israel Adesanya shared his first statement following Saturday's loss to Joe Pyfer. Taking to X on Monday, Izzy addressed his people, promising he will be back. He wrote, "I know it's hard on my people seeing me fall. I promise you it's harder on me. Regardless, we respawn and go again." Here are the top 3 memes found on the internet. Number 3 meme was posted by Fergie Ferg. Number 2 meme was posted by HLB Comer. And number 1 meme was posted by Lucky Database. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for your daily dose of MMA. Catch you tomorrow.